Before we get into your reading, I'd like to start by thanking everyone who has liked and commented on the videos, as well as subscribed and donated to my channel. I really appreciate it, you guys. You can find all of my contact information, including my email and social media links, as well as links to my music and podcast in the description below this video. Okay, let's get into your reading. What do we have for Aquarius? Five of Swords, Aquarius energy at the foundation of the reading. Aqua, what I'm getting here with this Five of Swords is very similar to the energy that I was picking up in the Scorpio reading, but it's a slightly different message. The Scorpio reading was all about ending unhealthy relationships. People that require you to seek validation from them regarding all of your movements in your life, your steps forward. Usually it's people very close to you, family members. So this was the basic message in the Scorpio reading, and how you will find your greatest success once you carve out your own path and realize that anybody who makes you feel like you need to seek validation from them regarding your movements or steps in life are narcissistic in nature, are trying to control your outcome, trying to control you. And the bigger message is anyone who does think that they know better than your own higher guidance is not somebody you want to have in your life. I'm getting a very similar message here, Aquarius. There's something going on in your foundation regarding certain individuals in your life, people that you need to get away from. I feel this back and forth energy. Just when you start taking some sort of step forward, one of these energies comes back into your life, and boom, you're back in some sort of cycle, some sort of toxic dynamic. It's an energy of taking one step forward and 10 steps back. Five of Swords at the foundation. There's just this very heavy energy surrounding your stability and foundation, and how other people are having some sort of negative influence over this. What do we have at the sacral, please? Eight of Wands on the side. Okay, so we're going to take this in reverse. Sag energy at the sacral. So Eight of Wands in reverse. This is an energy of delays, frustrations. Eight of Wands upright is a very fast-moving energy. So this goes along perfectly with what I'm saying. It's this 11th hour kind of energy. Right before you're about to have a breakthrough, all of a sudden something happens. Aqua, you need to start looking at the common denominators in your life. Who is around you when you're having these failures? Who are you sharing things with? I feel that a lot of you right now are on the verge of some sort of breakthrough. And it's like no matter where you turn, there's some sort of distraction. There's something that stops you, something that stifles your creativity, however this is showing up for you. I'm feeling like a very frustrated energy, but the good news is, like I said, you're on the verge of a breakthrough. So we just need to get you to the other side. So Aqua, you need to put some distance between you and whoever you have around you right now, these common denominators. It's very hard to recognize these people in our lives as quite possibly being the common denominator in us not being able to achieve some sort of success or breakthrough in our life. I get it. I've been there. But you have to really look at those closest to you, okay? They keep wanting me to reiterate this message to you over and over to get it through to you. There's someone around you or someone's around you that you refuse, or you just, it's like you don't want to come to terms with the fact that this individual you have around you is quite possibly the one thing that's stopping you from success. Some sort of toxic relationship, some sort of toxic connection you have in your life. I just heard for some of you, this could be a friend as well. A childhood friend that's really just, wow. Right as I said that, that's really just, and then the devil falls out. In reverse, Capricorn energy at the solar plexus. And look who decided to show up to the party, Aqua. The devil in reverse. Right at the solar plexus. So there's like this energy of you feeling powerless to somebody. For some of you, this is going to be something. some sort of behavioral pattern, quite possibly even an addiction. I just heard for some of you, it could be something having to do with your money, some sort of toxic pattern you're in that's draining out finances so you don't have the proper tools to actually push forward and create this breakthrough in this other sector of your life. So there's multiple messages here. For some, it's going to be friends. For some, it's going to be family, lovers, romantic connections. For others, it's going to be a behavioral pattern. But it's really interesting how this single message that I have coming through here can speak for any area of your life. But what I'm getting here, Aqua, something that you don't want to recognize, something that for some of you, you haven't even seen this yet. It's not even a matter of you not wanting to recognize this or refusing to recognize it. Sure, for some of you, it is that. It is right there in your face. You know this is what needs to go, and you're just having a hard time doing it. Some of you haven't even seen this yet. I've been talking about in the readings lately how when things are so close to you, people are so close to you, you can't even see them for their true colors. It's like you need to take a step back and look at things from a universal vantage point, a higher perspective. But there's something very toxic here. For some of you, there's some sort of abusive dynamic as well, right here at this solar plexus. So somebody who's making you feel a sense of low self-esteem, blocked solar plexus energy. You don't feel very confident in yourself based off of your surroundings, some sort of projection by way of another individual. This energy I have on the table here is very heavy. It's very concerning, Aqua. But like I was saying earlier on in the reading, I feel like you're right on the precipice of some sort of breakthrough. This is very typical to see right before something major happens in your life, something positive, an ascension. It's like all the demons are working overtime to stop you from stepping into a new season in your life. They can feel it coming. What do we have at the heart? Ooh, there it is. Wow. What a card to follow up what I just said. Ten of Swords, Gemini energy at the heart. You're about to close out a major cycle in your life, Aqua. This is what this is all about. A lot of these individuals are coming through right now, and they're trying to make amends, or they're trying to stop you from moving forward. Like, come on, Aqua, just come back, don't be silly. I won't do it again, right? But it's all to pull you back in the cycle. Do not fall for this, Aquarius. You need to keep pushing forward. You are so close. Devil in reverse next to the Ten of Swords at the heart. This is major. And Aqua, again, it's not easy to move on from individuals like this in your life. It's really, really difficult to compartmentalize the truths surrounding these people. People that some of you have had in your lives since day one, from the get-go. But you need to put yourself first. You need to put your happiness first. You need to realize that anybody who wants to stand in your way of happiness or wants to influence your steps leading towards your happiness is most definitely not somebody who can step into this new season with you. They need to do some healing and concentrate on themselves. They're too preoccupied with trying to hold you back. Because when you move on from people like this in your life, Aqua, it forces them to have to look in the mirror at themselves. And a lot of people would rather not do that. They would rather die than have to change or look at themselves in the mirror. Think about all the work you've put in to get to where you are now, Aquarius. But you made it to where you are because you were willing to do it. You wanted to be the best you can possibly be. You wanted to go after those true heart's desires, bring those dreams into your actual material reality. These individuals aren't there yet. And no one, I repeat, no one can be convinced that they need to go through a spiritual awakening. When it's your time, it's your time. And I just heard a message as well, Aquarius. You aren't meant to be traveling this path with anyone. This isn't how this works. This is a path that you walk alone. Spiritual ascension, walking in this energy of purpose and destiny, is an agreement you have with God, the divine spirit. Everybody has their own customized plan, their own purpose, and it's up to them to come into union with their higher self and step in that energy as guided. I feel that some of you have encountered people who are trying to be familiar with you, right? It's like an energy of trying to act like they're into what you're into. But these are all tactics. It's like a hoodwinking and bamboozling kind of tactic. It's like they want to come in and pump you up, this kind of energy. But when you are on these paths, when you're truly on these paths, Aqua, it's very easy to see through this. You don't need other people's validation. In fact, you can see right through it. You almost see it as patronizing or condescending in a sense, right? Like things that I used to seek validation for in my life. You know, I'm a Scorpio, and like I said, I was talking about this in the Scorpio reading a couple days ago. My younger years, I used to seek validation from people because I thought the people around me knew what was best for me, and I thought if I just listen to them, that I'll be able to get to where I need to get to. But what I found as I got older was not only did I not get to where I needed to get to, I was so far off path that I started to really look at the influence I had around me. And in spirit, it's like they were all pointing and laughing at me like, ha ha ha, you listen to us, you fool, right? And when I had this sort of illumination in my life, this is when this paradigm shift really triggered. I just started to see things differently now. Now, the idea of any of these individuals re-entering my life and trying to validate my growth or where I am, I see as incredibly toxic. I see it as narcissistic, right? It's like they're trying to weasel their way back in. What do we have at the throat? Two of Wands. Aries energy at the throat. This goes along perfectly with what I'm saying. This is you standing in your personal power. It's an energy of progressing forward. You close out this cycle. Look at this horrendous energy here. This is a diabolical energy here, Aqua. And then you close out the cycle, and here you are on a whole new timeline. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I have the world in the palm of my hands. I can do anything. I can go anywhere. I can become anything that I put my mind to with support from my higher guidance. This is also you realizing that it's always been here for you, that this was a blockage. This was an illusion to keep you from the truth. It's like you're born between demons, right? Shackled to this idea of who they think you should be or what they think you should be doing. What do we have at the third eye? Ace of Cups at the third eye. Wow. What a turnaround. There's an emphasis in this reading as well, Aqua, with this Ten of Swords at the heart, surrounding releasing resentment, bitterness, blocked heart chakra energy, you needing to forgive yourself. Some people get confused when we speak about needing to forgive yourself, right? And forgiving these past cycles that you've ran with these individuals. It's not me saying that you need to forgive these individuals and allow them back in your life. Absolutely not. Typically speaking, there's no need for any FaceTime. It's forgiveness that you have from within yourself. You forgive yourself for allowing yourself to be a part of these toxic cycles because you didn't know any better. And you know what, Aqua, in saying that, a lot of us stay in these toxic cycles knowingly because we think that it's more difficult to actually remove ourselves from these cycles than to actually just stay in them and deal with them. Some of us think that we can change these people, which, like I said earlier on in the reading, you can't get anybody to wake up spiritually or want to have an ascension or align with their purpose, their destiny, and connect with their higher self. You just can't do it. Okay, all you can do is lay out a path of influence. And most of the time, Aqua, you're sent into these people's lives to do just that. Show them how it's done. You don't even really need to do anything. You just need to be the best you can possibly be. And hopefully they'll pick up some breadcrumbs along the way. But it's not your problem. And in saying that, what these individuals have wrapped themselves up in is going to take a lot of work to remove themselves from, because they've willingly put themselves in these cycles where they've actually set out and put effort into trying to hold other people back. You know, when I was younger and I was living a karmic life before I was spiritually awakened to my purpose and my destiny, I never, ever went out of my way to try and hold somebody back from their purpose. In fact, I helped a lot of people. I wanted to try and support people on their path. I wanted to see people succeed. So think about the kind of person it takes to do what they did to you or what they're trying to do to you. Very broken, unhealed individuals. And yes, we've all had to heal ourselves, but this is different. This is putting the focus on trying to hold other people back because you refuse to self-examine, because you don't want to have to look at this lovely looking beast in the mirror. So they'd rather focus on trying to keep other people shackled to their idea of who they think they are and who you are to them. Ace of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy at the third eye. This is an energy of a spiritual awakening to your soul's purpose, a very emotionally strengthened kind of energy. This is what your reality becomes as you release yourself from this cycle. So this reading has been about a spiritual awakening. And then we have the Ace of Cups right here at the third eye. There's a major awakening taking place in your life right now, Aqua. And it has everything to do with accepting the truth, accepting reality for what it really is, not allowing yourself to be a part of this illusion any longer. This is you selling yourself out. This is you stepping into your power, aligning with your purpose and allowing the divine to bless you. What do we have at the crown? Three of Wands, wow. Aries energy again at the crown. This goes along exactly with what I just said. Aqua, you have this visionary energy. There's something that you want to do. Three of Wands can also be the energy of an entrepreneur. But here you are, stepping into your power. You remove yourself from this cycle. The divine comes through, blesses you for doing this. This will show up as some sort of support in your everyday waking life. It could be money, it could be emotional support from people, it could be offers coming through. It's just a very positive energy. It's all connected to this spiritual awakening. And then you start to realize that you can pull this off. You have support from the divine to step into this Three of Wands visionary energy. You have access to this now. There's an energy of foresight, an energy of expansion. What do we have at the foundation from the Occult Tarot, please? See what demon's trying to keep Aqua's root chakra blocked. Three of Wands again. Wow. Three of Wands, but I read this as a negative polarity. So we're right on target here. Everything you're going for is everything they're trying to take from you or keep you from. Five of Swords stacked with Three of Wands. Three of Wands is an energy of having no foresight. It's an energy of delays. Eight of Wands energy at the sacral. Your plan's always failing. It's like an energy of setbacks. And it has to do with these untrustworthy people that you have around you. People that you thought had your back. These are the kind of people who make you feel like you're a dreamer and that, you're never going to achieve anything that you speak about. I remember being around people like that. And as soon as I got away from them, lo and behold, I started achieving those things that I used to talk about, and I did it with ease. They were the only thing keeping me from it because they weren't supporting me. They were going out of their way, devil in reverse energy at the solar plexus, to stop me. And I didn't see it because they were too close to me for me to even focus in on it. Until the divine came into my life, God came into my life, showing me. Remember, I had this dream about 4 years ago where I was the universe. I was looking over my life through the eyes of the universe. I was looking at my life from the all. it changed everything for me. Right around this time is when I was going through a major spiritual awakening. I was having these paradigm shifts in my life. But ever since I had that dream, it's always stuck with me. I do talk about this quite a lot, having to zoom out of your own life and look at things from a higher perspective. A different universal vantage point is really what it comes down to. You can change a lot in your life by utilizing this as some sort of tool to help you make major decisions in your life. I always think about my life, where I am and where the universe wants to get me to, but not from the vantage point of my everyday waking life inside the matrix, right? All these distractions, all these little minute details that don't really matter anyway. I look at it from a universal vantage point without all the little details. Okay, where am I? Okay, where does the universe need to get me to? Okay, right over there, point B. Okay, so now you just remove all the traffic. You remove all the static. That static are these individuals, Aqua. What do we have at the sacral? Too many cards. What do we have at the sacral? Ooh, Queen of Cups, Phoenix. Negative polarity. Unbelievable, Aqua. This goes along exactly with what I was saying. Whenever I get this card, it's like somebody who's all discombobulated, like a peacock on crack or a drunk peacock, or it's just giving me the energy of somebody who has some sort of codependency or somebody who's lacking confidence. A very unreliable kind of energy. Remember how I was talking about something toxic that needs to leave your life? This represents that. This is what's creating these delays. Whether it's a person, place, thing, behavioral pattern, addiction, take it as it fits for you, but it's right here. And it's right underneath that 8 of Wands in reverse. This is creating stagnation. For a lot of you, it is a person. What do we have at the solar plexus? Too many cards. What do we have at the solar plexus? Page of Swords, Bootus, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Further confirming everything we've already spoken about in this reading. This is an energy of all talk, no action. It's also an energy of undelivered promises. But there's this very gossipy, prying eyes kind of energy here. This is this energy. I just heard for some of you, there's a combination of things going on. It is a toxic person that needs to be released, but they're keeping you in these toxic patterns as a way to keep you stuck. Devil in reverse. So it's essentially you self-sabotaging, but it's by way of this negative influence you have around you. Yes, you have to take responsibility for yourself and recognize this as something that you can very much change in your life, and understand that no one can force you to do anything you don't want to do unless you let them. I feel like there's some excuses going on in this reading here, Aqua. I just heard, it's like I just heard somebody mumbling, well, I want to leave, but I can't because of this, this, and that, and the other. It's like you're so used to this cycle. You're so used to this pattern. It's like this programming that just keeps repeating over and over and over. And that's the energy of a karmic cycle. And I know that. I've been there many times. Looking back, I can't believe I got myself out of all those crazy karmic cycles I was in over the years, over the decades. But the one thing that really got me through, Aqua, was the fact that I never let go of hope. I never gave up until the very end, until I was about to have this major breakthrough in my life. I was at the point where I was looking in the mirror. I was just completely defeated. Decades had escaped me, and I just felt that I didn't know what else I could possibly do. And then I finally just let go, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just not going to try anymore. I'm just going to see where God leads me. See, I always had spirit with me. I always had God with me. I've always believed in God ever since I was a little kid, and I was not raised in a spiritual or religious environment at all. If anything, my family are Satanists. They're very demonic in nature. My mother told me that when I was 3 years old, I came home from preschool and I was singing this song called Jesus Loves Me. And they said they were all laughing at me because they didn't know where I got this song from. And they said something along the lines of, well, we can't have him singing that, so we're going to have to change schools or something like this. I can't remember the exact details of it. But I always felt that I had the presence of spirit. I had the presence of God with me from a very young age. I had the children's Bible, and I just used to read it over and over and over again. I don't even know how many times I read that thing, but I loved it. I just felt so connected to it, almost like I wrote it, that kind of energy, right? And then as I got older and I started to read tarot and I started to really learn about it, as I would read and study it, it felt so familiar to me, like I had read it before or like I wrote it myself, because I felt so connected to the source of that information. A lot of you are the same way, Aqua. You've just kept going through all of these struggles, and I feel that a lot of you are right there. You're right on the precipice of a absolutely mind-blowing breakthrough in your life. In the next year or two, Aquarius, you're going to look back over your life and you're going to be completely blown away with how far you've come. But you need to keep pushing forward. You need to remove yourself from these cycles. You don't wait for people to remove themselves. You need to put one foot in front of the other. You need to be the action in your life. What do we have at the heart? Too many cards. What do we have at the heart? Harass, criticism, which is the Knight of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, and its negative polarity. So again, goes along exactly with what I'm saying here. Knight of Swords in reverse is a horrible energy. It's an energy of deliberate cruelty, complete disregard for your life path or where you're trying to go. They simply don't care. This is also a very competitive, out of control kind of energy. For some of you, this person's very violent. It's not going to be for all of you, but somebody that's listening to this today is going through some sort of violent situation. Wow. Or it has the potential to become that. And the reason why I said wow is because as I was saying that, I saw something in my peripheral vision on the right side, like an energy mass. And that was to confirm that what I'm saying here is correct. So it's like an energy of things getting progressively worse. So you need to be aware of this, Aquarius. This is not some soft kind of energy that you can just break away from easy. This is as bad as it gets. 5 of Swords, 8 of Wands in reverse, Devil in reverse, and 10 of Swords. Not to mention what we have on this bottom row here. Could be dealing with a drunk as well, or you could be dealing with somebody who does drugs. Very gossipy individual. Ugh, this is so toxic right here. Okay, let's get into the outcome. Unbelievable. Mahale, which is the sun. Restoration of life. Right? Right underneath that 10 of Swords. This is the energy of a joyous outcome. It's an energy of success. Very positive kind of energy coming through for you once you close out this cycle. It's like your spirit guides are cheering you on, right? Yay, Aquarius, you finally did it. You got away from those demons in your life. There's like this lingering doubt that a lot of you have, that you can actually improve your life if you get away from these individuals. And again, boy, do I know that energy. I think all of us in some capacity can relate. It's very hard to carve out your own path, Aqua. Go your own way. Strive for something better in your life, especially when you have to break away from everything you've ever known in order to do it. But just remember that this is not the life that God had intended for you. That's the life that the devil had in mind for you. It's the polar opposite of where you're going, what you have access to. You can stay here for as long as you like, or you can step into your divinely ordered path. What do we have at the throat? Too many cards. What do we have at the throat? King of Wands, Daniel, Aries, Leo, Sag energy. God, the merciful judge, eloquence, gives answers to those in doubt. This King of Wands represents the catalyst in your life, the catalyst for change. This is the energy that you need to encompass in order to pull this off, Aqua. It's an energy of taking a risk. It's an energy of holding this vision and going after it. It's an energy of courage. And this is somebody who takes leadership over their life. This isn't even hard to do, Aqua. The hardest thing to do is breaking out of this karmic cycle. Everything on the other side of this is easy peasy. You are provided for. You will be supported. The divine can't really do much for you while you're in this cycle. All they can do is tell you what they can do for you once you remove yourself from this absolutely diabolical hellhole, whatever this represents here. There's very much two polar opposite energies on this table. God and the devil. That's it. What do we have at the third eye? Three of Wands again. We have Three of Wands 3 times. Three of Wands, Three of Wands, Three of Wands. We have the negative polarity and the positive polarity. Huge emphasis around you pursuing the unknown. Without even having the Fool on the table, this is what this energy is, Fool energy. Stepping out on faith, taking a chance on yourself. Setael, the god of hope, construction of the universe, help with great works, protection from adversaries. God has you. You don't even need your hands or your eyes. The divine is guiding you. You really just need to say the word here, Aqua. Pack your bags. Get going, whatever this represents to you. 333. It's an energy of you putting your plans into action. That's what that means. It's an energy of you trusting yourself, Aqua. What do we have at the crown? 5 of Cups. Scorpio energy to close out the reading. Via Leah. God, King, and Ruler. Prosperity. Destruction of the enemy and deliverance from bondage. This is an energy of hope. It's an energy of moving on, making plans, pushing forward. It's all here, Aqua. You just need to take a chance on yourself. If not now, when? You will regret this if you don't go after whatever this is here. It's going to be different for all of you. This is a major turning point in your life. This is one of those turning points that you'll remember in your old age. You'll either have a big smile on your face and be surrounded with a life that represents this particular turning point, or you'll feel very sad, very distraught because you didn't follow the signs and synchronicities and allow for this beautiful change to come into your life. And you'll look around and you'll still have this energy surrounding you. You're right here on the precipice of change, Aqua. Don't let this opportunity escape you. Yes, the divine will always be working in your life and always give you opportunities to remove you from these cycles, but there's no reason for you to stay in them any longer. You've gained all the wisdom that you were to gain from these cycles, and now it's time to move on. Aqua, this is the energy that's available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for your donations, Aquarius. Take care.